Yes, yes. Football is back once again. Yes, I mean club football. Yes, my name is Mark, and I'm reaching you in your various homes. Yes, we are here to talk about the big game. Yes, it's a club friendly, preseason friendly, but games between Arsenal and Chelsea are always a derby. That's a London derby, and you can't underrate such games. Yeah, so we are playing a charity game in support of NHS for the battle for COVID-19, what they've gone through. It's going to be a three club, London club friendly. Chelsea, Tottenham, and Arsenal playing in such a big and great derby round robbery. And we expect to see these clubs, so especially our lovely club, Chelsea, to use these games to improve upon other aspects of our team, especially other players who went on loans to be given the opportunity to prove themselves. So today we're here to do a preview ahead of the game. Also, we are also here to also give you the predicted lineups and also our prediction ahead of this game. So sit back and just enjoy the analysis that we've made with great research. And so as for the build up to this game, as you know, the 2019-2020 season, we played the FA Cup final with Arsenal and they won 2-1 against Chelsea. And then the 2020-2021 season too, they won all the two legs, the home at the Emirates on the 27th of December. They won 3-1 against Chelsea. And also on the 13th of May, they also won 1-0 at the Stamford Bridge. So this is a game that Chelsea has to go in with lots of caution because if we allow Arsenal to win or to get a better result against us, that means we are giving them authority over us. We are giving, and that is going to build a bad mentality for our players for a long time. As we got the better of them some years back during the Jose Mourinho days, when we were beating them home and away in over, and Drogba having one of the fantastic seasons, scoring over about 13 goals against Arsenal. So we shouldn't allow that to happen in this period. We should break that jinx of Mikel Arteta over Chelsea. Because if we allow that, it's going to, because in the league, we also have a league game. But as I said earlier, Arsenal, both clubs all clubs are trying to beef up their squad. Chelsea have been slow on the market. We want Erling Braut Haaland, but the price that Dortmund are asking. They have not given out their intention to sell the player. They said if you come out with a big or any crazy offer, they will allow, but they are not ready to allow the player to go this season. Yes, and also, but Arsenal have made some additions. That is, they've announced the signing of Ben White. That is the most notable one for £50 million from Brighton and Hove Albion. Albert Sambi Lokonga, and they've signed Nuno, and they've signed other players. So that's for Arsenal. And on the side of Chelsea, we've been able to get Bertinelli on a free transfer. He's a goalkeeper. He was virtually a free player as a third choice goalkeeper. Really Cabello is leaving the club, so we need another player, a goalkeeper to back up that of Mendy, Kepa. So now Bettinelli is the third choice goalkeeper. I expected Chelsea to bring in one of the youth team goalkeepers or the youth goalkeepers who are like Nathan Baxter, who have been having good time with their clubs that they went there to play on loan. So let's quickly go to the possible lineups for the two clubs. First, let me start from Chelsea. Chelsea before this game have played two games. They played Peterborough and they've won 6-1 and they won 2-1 against Bournemouth. Yes, and Hakim Ziyech scoring a hat-trick in the first game. It was a low-profile game, but it was good for us to, have such games. Our game against that went to Dublin to play was cancelled due to some COVID scares. Then our game against Bournemouth, we won 2-1. Armando Broja getting the equalizer, and also Ike Ugbo getting the winning goal for Chelsea. So today I expect Armando Broja to start ahead of Tammy Abraham. Not saying he is better than him, but I expect the young chap to be given the opportunity to prove himself. I want the young chap to be given the opportunity to prove himself. That when the 11 goals he scored for Vitesse IM wasn't a fluke, but he is ready to be part of the senior team. I even expect Chelsea not to sign any striker, but give Armando Broja the number 9 role to play, since we are ready to sell Tammy Abraham. Let's give Armando the chance to prove himself and see that, yes, he is one of the best in. Yes, Arsenal, on the other hand, also got a bad result. They lost their first game. Yes, they lost their first game, and they came back to win, to have a draw. Yes, their first game was against Hibernia, and they lost. They had a 2-2 draw against Rangers, and they won 4-1 against Millwall. They've won 2 games on the row now. Yeah, so I think they've had a better preseason than Chelsea. They've played a couple of games. Most of their players didn't go to the Euro, so they had almost their first team ready before the beginning of this game. So quickly, let me go to the lineup. I expect Kepa Arrizabalaga to start for Chelsea, and later maybe Mendy will come in. Yes, and I also expect one of our senior players. Kai Havertz is back. Tony Rudiger, Timo Werner, Cesar Azpilicueta, they are all back from their rest, and they've joined the team. So I expect Tony Rudiger to play alongside Malang Sarr and Miaga in the 3 centre backs, just to have some control or some kind of leadership role in the 3 back. Yes, and also I expect Baba Rahman on the left wing back as the left wing back. I'm not saying he is better than Marcos Alonso, but in our last game 2 against Bournemouth, he had the assist, or he gave the assist for Armando Broja to score the equalizer. It was a brilliant one. Then I expect Sterling. I expect to see Sterling, that young chap, on the right wing back. So those are my let's say my back 5. Just when you come to the middle, I expect to see Danny Drinkwater, the rejuvenated Danny Drinkwater. Yes, he has had a very good game against Bournemouth, swinging in passes and making it very, very impressive. So I expect to see him. Then the front 3, I expect to see Hakim Ziyech, Armando Broja, and Christian Pulisic. Yes, Ziyech on the right, cutting in, and then Pulisic operating from the left, and Armando Broja in the middle. This is my first 11. Then later I expect to see maybe Tammy Abraham coming in for Armando Broja, and also Baba Rahman going out for Alonso to come in, and other players also. Kai Havertz and Timo Werner should also be given the chance to warm themselves up into the game against Tottenham before we go and play Villarreal on the 11th of August. On the other hand, I expect Arsenal to start with Ben Leno, Cedric, Rob Holding, Mari, and Thierry as their back, because Mikel Arteta also plays the 3-back system most times when he's playing against Chelsea. And maybe their new signing Lukunga, Thomas Partey, to be in the middle alongside Smith Rowe, and then Nicolas Pepe, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and Alexander Lacazette as the front 3. Yeah, so these are the first 11 players for each team. Yes, I expect Chelsea to get a very good result against Arsenal this time, as I said earlier, because if a club gets 3 consecutive wins against you in major competitions, the FA Cup final, the 2 legs of the league they won against you, that means if you give them the chance to win the 4th game, it's going to give you a mental stress ahead of every game you play with them. Yeah, so we have to, because Arsenal will play their first game on the 13th against Bournemouth, and they want to have a good start, and we, Chelsea, want to also clear that mentality from our players that, yes, we can beat Arsenal. We used to control them. We used to be the kings of London. You understand? So we want to regain that again. Beat Arsenal, beat Tottenham, beat Crystal Palace, and West Ham, and whichever club in London. So that is what we want to regain. That is the status we want to regain. And we want to have control over the London clubs, because If we get control, that means we have almost, if we win all these games in London, we have Arsenal, Tottenham, West Ham, Crystal Palace. That is 12 points times 2. That means 24 points in the basket. If you get these wins, they are just within you, your neighbors. Yes, it's going to be a good way for Chelsea. So that is by way of our preview ahead of the Chelsea Arsenal club friendly today. Yes, we'll come back again after the game to analyze. Our prediction for the game is I'm predicting 2-2. Just 2 goals each for each team. But if there's going to be a win, yes, I predict Chelsea to have a slight victory, maybe a 2-1 or 3-2 against Arsenal. This is Mark, and this is the Chelsean channel. Yeah, so we are going to meet again after the game. Thanks for your viewership. Please comment down below, like the page, follow, and then subscribe. And please press the subscription button, bell, so that you get every video that we do. Thanks for your viewership. Thanks, and thanks for the support too.